Hey, what's going on? Today, we have an awesome video, man. We are talking about fucking Bomberman 64. Bomberman 64, dude. If you have never played this game... Actually, let me rephrase that. If you never played N64 during its prime time, like way back in the late 90s, you fucking missed out. I'm sorry to admit it, man, but you missed out. Just like imagine kids growing up on games nowadays like Fortnite and stuff. And it's just, dude, it's such a different era, man, especially when you're talking like way back then. The N64 was... N64, going back to it, you could argue some games are, you know, not that great and they don't age that well. But Bomberman 64, I feel like... Dude, this is one I loved when I was a child. I never beat it when I was younger. Never even got close. I mean, actually, I think I got up to the Black Fortress. I mean, definitely not when it first came out, but my years going back to it. And yeah, I beat it for the first time on this playthrough, going back to it all these years later in the year 2024. This game came out I'll look it up. September 26th, 1997, dude. So I was about 3 years old when this game actually came out. I don't remember playing it when I was 3, obviously, but I do remember playing it all those years ago, man. And it fucking holds up, man. This game holds a special place in my heart. Me and my brother loved this game growing up, and dude, it was just such a fucking pleasure to go back to. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna unpack it. This is actually my first full playthrough that I'm gonna upload to YouTube as well. It's uploading as we speak. I used a really shitty capture card though. I just had this capture card laying around, so I was like, fuck it, I'll capture my game. I bought one of those little AV capture things too, so I plugged in my AV cables. I was able to not emulate this and then capture gameplay directly from my N64, and the quality kind of suffers because this capture card I used is ass, so it has like lines going across the screen, which is pretty unfortunate, man. Really unfortunate, you know, but I'm gonna upload it anyway. Maybe I'll go back and, because I actually bought an Elgato like HD60 capture card for all my future capture cards. Or all my future gameplays are going to look pretty good as far as that goes. So that'll be nice. But this one, we're going to upload it. It's the first upload. It might get some hits because it's a fucking old game, and I plan on doing no commentary uploads. Same with my zombie stuff on like minisodes and stuff. But yeah, man, we're gonna upload the Bomberman video. And we're going to do the pod right now, and we're going to break it down, man. It's going to be awesome. We're just doing an intro right now, fucking around doing the intro. Got a yellow Gatorade here to power me through. I just woke up, and, you know, we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it fucking work, guys, all right? Fucking Bomberman 64. Absolute banger. The soundtrack on this game is almost unrivaled when it comes to N64. Like, yeah, I know you got strong hitters like Mario 64, Super Mario 64, that has an absolute banging soundtrack. Same with Ocarina of Time and stuff like that. But man, this game got kind of shoved to the side when, you know, against those big hitter titles. You know, this one went under people's radar. Fuck, I can't talk, man. I'm sorry. I'm still trying, man. I haven't done the pod in a week. It's a weekend kind of thing for me, so you know, fucking you're just gonna have to live with me through this, all right? Live with me through this. Let's fucking break this down, man. I'm done doing this shitty intro. Let's break it down, man. I'm excited to get into this, and I hope you guys are too, man. I hope you guys are too. You need to Google the cover art for this game too, because it's actually kind of hard. It's Bomberman out front and like the 5 main villains in the back. Artemis is kind of on the side though, with like the red strip, that N64 strip, so he gets kind of shafted. You don't really see him. He's kind of covered by everything, but it's actually pretty cool, man. Bomberman's out front. I actually didn't notice this, but looking at it for like right now, I noticed that Bomberman's reflection is in the bomb he's holding, which is a nice little detail, man. It's pretty cool. But yeah, you boot up Bomberman 64, man, and you get a fucking epic cinematic intro here. Kind of showcasing some of the gameplay that you will get into eventually, right? Also, going back to the cover, I just realized I forgot it's not 5 main villains. One of them is Sirius, I think is his name. Sirius is the guy that kind of helps you along in the campaign, always gives you, the insta blow up bombs on every boss fight and whatnot. Pretty cool guy. But yeah, after that epic fucking cinematic intro, you finally get to the main menu, and it's like the Bomberman 64 logo in the clouds. It's pretty nice. I love the main menu of this game, man. I really do. It's very simple, straightforward. 3 save files. I'll talk a little bit about the battle mode at the end, but I really didn't play that. I played it back in the day, versus my brothers, and it was pretty fun. But today we're gonna be Mocha. God, I can't fucking talk, dude. We're going to be mostly focusing on the story mode and what little story there is. I'll talk a little bit about the story and, how there's just not much of it, right? There's not much of it. So basically, you open up the game, you choose a save file, or you choose a new game. And if you choose a new game, it kind of shows a cutscene and sets up the story of Bomberman 64. You see Artemis come down on the grassland. I can't remember what the grassland is called, and summon some of his minions. You see the guys around the power cube or whatever. Some of the main villains around the power cube. And then all of a sudden you see like the life force getting sucked out of the blue resort place, right? And you're like, no, man, what the heck's going on here? And then you see it all go in the soul cube or whatever. I don't know if it's a soul cube, but it's like a power cube or some shit. So you can basically tell them, they're siphoning power from the planet. And you're like, hell no, dude, they can't do that. Who's going to stop them? Then you eventually see the Black Fortress with all the chains connected to the worlds lower onto Planet Bomber, right? Isn't that what it's called? Planet Bomber? I think it's what it's called. And then you see Bomberman just chilling, sitting in the grass, and he's just like watching them laser down on his home planet, just like enjoying it like it's a fucking vacation or something, right? And then you see like this compilation of bomber guys running away, lasers following them. There's a red one. I always loved this when I was young, man. There's a red one that like trips and falls. He just face plants, and then he just like dies on the spot there. Kind of fucking crazy to see. And he's just getting left behind, man. And then like the fucking earthquakes happen and he gets lifted up by whatever like the fire and shit is. It's an honest bloodbath happening before our eyes, and we never really noticed it, or I didn't when I was a kid. Going back to it, it's actually kind of crazy, man. I mean, it's not really graphic or anything, but people are dying, bro. And then Sirius flies up and he talks to Bomberman, and he's like, do you plan on defeating them? Like, I'll let you in on a secret. And like, who is this fucking guy, by the way, right? You never really know his true identity, even if he has one. He's like just this golden dick that flies around and basically just tells you what to do. And he tells you how to like deactivate the fortress or whatever. Which, can we just talk about the idea of the Black Fortress really quick and its connecting worlds? Like they land on Planet Bomber and it looks so much smaller than like the whole world of Planet Bomber, right? And it's like, but you spawn in on these worlds and they're fucking massive. It feels like. So it's like, I don't know if the scale there really adds up, but whatever, that's besides the point. I know it's just a game, guys. I know it's just Bomberman 64 and I'm talking the logistics of it here, but that's really it. You see them fucking up Planet Bomber, and then you get into the level select screen, which, by the way, guys, you need to go on YouTube and listen. Just type in Bomberman 64 level select music. Holy fuck. It's honestly so good. Like, I'm telling you, when I tell you the soundtrack is underrated in this game, it really is. Like, honestly, go listen to the whole OST, the original soundtrack on YouTube. This fucking game has a lot of good songs in it, man. Like, as far as video game music goes, it's honestly banging. So, yeah, you spawn in, you see the level select, and you have 4 worlds you can choose from, right? You can scroll left to right, and you can see the 4 worlds. I beat them in order. I don't know. There is no order, right? So there's no order you can play them in. But I basically go Green Garden, Blue Resort, Red Mountain, and then White Glacier. Very standard. I'm sure everybody else has their own order, but I always go for the Green Garden first because it's the easiest world, and so on, right? And so Green Garden, it's basically just like your standard grass type like levels in gaming, right? First level is super easy, super easy. Sirius flies down. He tells you the controls of the game. You know, pretty standard shit. Pretty standard shit. I'm not going to get into the controls of the game because it's just boring. It's pretty easy. You can figure it out yourself. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the gameplay aspect. You basically lay bombs. Bombs explode. You can get power-ups that make it so you can lay more bombs or your explosion is bigger. You can also pick up your bomb and like blow into it to make it bigger and throw it. Bigger bombs obviously mean bigger explosions, and you need the bigger explosions to open up some of the future stuff in game or to blow certain things up to have access to certain areas. And that's really it on this first level. It's really simple. All you got to do is find these 4 little spots of green light, stand on them. They each break these little glass ball things, and then it opens up the diamond, and that's how you get to the end of the level. You basically walk up to the diamond, go into a little green arrow, and then Bomberman does a little happy dance to let you know. He does this little cool spin around move to let you know you're done, and you beat it, man. And that's it. That's level 1. It's fucking very easy. If you can't figure out level 1, if you cannot figure out the first level in this game on Green Garden, I have some news for you, man, and it's not good news. You're retarded. I've just diagnosed you. Yes, you are mentally retarded. I'm sorry. But moving on to stage 2 of Green Garden. Stage 2 of Green Garden, very easy too. This is the first boss fight you see in the game, and basically all of the boss fights will continue to follow this formula. There's just a square little fucking area that you fight in, like a boss arena. All you have to do is hit him 3 times with the bombs. The AI in this game isn't the best too, so a lot of the times they'll kill themselves with their own bombs sometimes. But you basically just hurt him 3 times with bombs, and then he's like, "Oh, you know, you're probably ready, dude," and that's it, right? Then you just beat stage 2. Stage 3 is another kind of level formula. All the worlds kind of follow this formula, right? Where it's like 2 levels, 2 boss fights, kind of. One's a mini boss, one's like an actual boss. So you move on to the 3rd stage, and the 3rd stage is very easy as well. You know, it's not. I could see how this might take you a while the first time because there's a part where you have. Let me just explain the rest of the map first. So there's this bird thing, right? You spawn in, and you're like, oh, okay, the diamond's right here. I won already. And you walk into it, this little bird creature thing takes it, moves it up to a higher plane, and you're like, oh, okay, I get the gimmick of the level now. He's going to keep stealing this shit from me, isn't he, that little piece of shit? So, yeah, you go on to the next part, and you get the diamond, he steals it again. You're like, God damn it, you little fucker, what the hell? And then you have to travel back to the main part and go up. You throw bombs in these little lift things. You run up to the top of the lift, the bomb explodes, and you get up it. Pretty standard, straightforward stuff. You go to the 3rd diamond, and he steals it again. And you're like, holy fuck, he's going up high with it. Jesus Christ. And then your boy Sirius comes along, kills this little bird creature, and then you see the green arrow next to the diamond, and you're like, oh, okay, so I could finally get it. In this part, honestly, I remember from back in the day, so it didn't take me too long. But I could see how if you're new to the game, this would take you a minute. You have to blow up a big bomb, and you have to detonate it next to this little fucking... What do you even call it? Like a stone pillar? I guess it's like a stone pillar or big pillar made of something. You break it, and it gives you a teleporter. And you teleport, and it takes you to where you need to go. You basically have to fuck around and find the correct lift to take you up to the top, killing various enemies on the way or avoiding them. I always like to kill them, but it's up to you. Most of the time I run past them too. But you basically go up, you get the diamond, and that's it, man. Congratulations, you beat stage 3. Very easy, very standard shit. And then it moves on to stage 4, which is the first first actual boss fight of the series, or maybe could be 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, depending on your order. I don't know your order, okay? So, fucking give me some slack here. And this is arguably one of the most annoying bosses in the game. It's basically a dragon, man. I don't know where a dragon comes into play on this. I don't know how the fucking main villain gets a hold of this dragon. But yeah, you fight this dragon on top of this giant ass arch. Sirius comes by. He drops bombs, these special bombs that you can pull the Z button on the back of the controller and detonate yourself instead of the normal timed explosions. And you basically just have to avoid this guy's attacks and bomb him 3 times. I don't know. I actually still don't know to this day if you have to bomb both of his wings off and his head. I played this on normal, by the way. I think if you play it on hard, he takes more hits. Hard is just too hard for me, especially with that dog shit N64 controller, guys. Guys, can we just... I'm sorry. I need to get this off my chest for a second. I know this probably isn't an uncommon opinion, but as far as fucking controllers go, we all have to agree that N64 has by far the worst controller design I have ever touched in my entire life. Like, it's 3-pronged. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. Seriously, you'll be like, what in God's earth is that abomination? It's just, it's a menace, dude. I almost want to get, I know you can get aftermarket controllers that are like more normal and standard for the N64, but I feel like it's going to take away from the charm if I don't use the original, man. So I got to use the original here. And it's an abomination. It's so bad. It's so awkward to hold. It's just weird, man. It's just fucking odd. So yeah, you pull the Z trigger and you detonate the bombs yourself. You have to kill this guy 3 times with bombs, and then he dies. In my playthrough, I hit him with all 3 tries first time. I mean, it was pretty badass. It was like the first time I ever done that in game. So then you kill him, you kill the boss, the round's over. Bomberman does his little cool spin dance, and then the chain, you see the chain on green guard and break, and then you quickly understand what the gimmick is. You're like, oh, okay, every world is just 4 stages. We need to break free the chains, and then we win, right? We win. So then you move on to whatever your second map is, and I chose the Blue Resort because it's the next kind of earthy standard level that is kind of normal, and that's what I wanted to go with. This was the order I chose as a kid, so this is the order I kind of went with as well. And the first map is pretty standard. You're walking through, you see these bridges, these drawbridges that are raised upwards. You try to knock them down with the low bombs and they don't work. So you blow up a bomb, you throw it down next to it, it blows it down, and you're like, oh, hell yeah, I just created a new path, right? And so you're traversing the map, you're exploring. You're killing enemies. There's a new enemy in this map. There's like little gunner guys that shoot you. They take 2 bombs, right? So they're a little bit tankier. And then you have to find these switches, right? These little pressure valve switches that you stand on. There's like a little ramp up to them. It's pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Pretty obvious to what you have to do. You stand on it. There's a dam that raises, or there's a lever, not a lever, but a fucking wall that raises and stops the water. So then you can now go in these areas where the water drains out. Pretty easy. You just follow the fucking route that it gives you, man. I mean, there's not a route that it gives you. You kind of have to do a little exploring. It's honestly just so easy for me, these first couple maps, because I just remember them from playing them back in the day, man. Even that long ago, it's just so easy to remember. And then you get to the end, you lower the last drawbridge, and that's it for stage 1, man. Pretty fucking easy. Stage 1 of every map is just so easy. And then stage 2, you move on to the Artemis fight, right? Like, this is your first actual boss fight against a villain. And it's a little different, right? Like, they all have some tiny variation to them. And this one is, there's a big pillar in the center of the boss arena, right? There's a big square, so you get a little bit of cover there. Artemis, as far as a villain and a character in the game, he has this attack where he throws out 3 like projectiles in a cone. You just have to avoid them. Hit him 3 times with bombs. Like, I think you can actually, if you knock him over, like if you shove a bomb into him, if you kick a bomb into him and knock him over, I'm pretty sure you can walk up and just throw him off the map. I never did it because I feel like there was never enough time. I know that's like a speedrunner strat to get it done faster, but Oh, I forgot to mention the hearts. If you pick up these hearts that get knocked out of them, it's basically like a get out of jail free card. If you take damage, you won't just die off the rip. You get the heart knocked out of you, so it's like a free life essentially, very useful. And then you kill this guy, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And then he just fucks off. Right? He just flies away. I think he goes like, what does he say in the beginning of the fight? I can't remember. He goes like, "You're mine" or something like that. Pretty stupid, pretty standard. And then you move on to stage 3, and stage 3 was kind of stupid on this map specifically, right? Because at least stage 3 on Green Garden had its own gimmick. It had its own, stage 1, like you get the teleporters, or not the teleporters, but you stand on the things and break the glass to get the diamond. But in stage 3, you like follow the bird thing to get the diamond, right? But in this one, the only real difference is like there's cannons shooting it. No, because there's cannons in the first one, right? Yeah, so this one has the same water gimmick of like lowering the water so you can explore the map, except the only thing that's different is you on the last part you have to blow up a bigger bomb and shove it against this wall 3 separate times to like I don't even know how to explain this because it's so fucking strange, right? Like, you don't do this in any other video game. You blow this wall back 3 times and it lets this water trail run down. And then that's how you get up to the fucking stage 4 boss, man. And the stage 4 boss, like, I don't understand, right? You climb this giant ass staircase and it just doesn't seem like the geometry works out because you're in like this sewer. You fight the sewer savage, man, which is actually a very cool name going back to it, honestly. Very cool name, the sewer fucking savage, dude. Sounds like a wrestler name. Forgot to talk about the soundtrack really quick, so I guess I'll mention it. Green Garden soundtrack is fire. Blue Resort soundtrack is probably my favorite. I don't know what it is, man. It's just so cool sounding. I really enjoy it. But onto the Sewer Savage fight. This one's pretty easy. I actually did not lose any of my raft during this playthrough. But normally, if you let him attack you, pieces of the giant log you're on will break off, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. But basically, all you have to do, keep blowing up the bombs and just throw them at him and detonate him in his face, man. It's pretty. Maybe you'll lose the first couple times. I remember this being a struggle back in the day, man. This guy was. Sorry, my cat's like sprinting around. It's fucking took me by surprise for a second. What was I mentioning? Oh, the sewer guy. Yeah, so a couple of first times that you play it, it'll be hard. But, dude, it's so easy. You basically just spam big bombs in his face and he dies, right? He dies. You see the chain break off of the Blue Resort, and then now you only have 2 fucking levels left. And I didn't mean to, but I feel like I speed ran this game when I played through it, man. It does not take like any time at all. It goes very, very quickly. Like, I think I beat the first like 4 main levels within fucking an hour, or even like close to 30 minutes anyways. But yeah, you go into Red Mountain, and Red Mountain is probably, it's the coolest setting, right? It's definitely the coolest setting because it's in a fucking volcano, and that's sick. Or it's outside a volcano, and then you eventually go into the volcano. Definitely the coolest setting, but probably my least favorite layout and maps in general, just because I don't know. They're confusing, and I don't like the cart trail is kind of annoying too. Not the best, but whatever, man. Stage 1, you basically find your way through. Maybe it's just because I didn't remember that much going back to it, or maybe it's just because of the map layout itself. I don't know. If you're hearing this, let me know in the comments if you think this was a confusing map. Because these ones in the lava or Red Mountain or whatever specifically, I feel like they offer multiple paths you can choose, but there's only one correct one. So there's a lot of wandering around. At least there is in level 3, man. I feel like I spent way too much time on level 3, but at the end of stage 1, once you find the correct path, there's these 3 switches on the wall that you have to throw bombs at. You have to pick them up to throw them at, and then it lowers the platform to get out of the level. And it's actually kind of fun. Dude, I almost fucking killed myself. If you watch my playthrough of it, I almost kill myself because I blow up a big bomb and throw it at the one switch, and it actually knocks me over, and I almost fucking kill myself from it. But yeah, that's stage 1. Stage 1's pretty easy, and then you fight, what's his name? The green one. on stage 2. I think it's Orion. You fight Orion, and his little special gimmick is that he has like he kind of has like the Star Fox down B if you play Smash. He has like, it doesn't reflect, but he has like this little force field thing he throws out, and if you get too close to it, you die. But yeah, same old mini boss fucking style fight. You just kill him with 3 bombs or detonate him 3 times. You can get the hearts, and you kill his ass. You kill his little bitch ass, and then he goes away. Right. Not much to say about the mini boss fights. They're all the same with just a small minor gimmick change. And that's it, man. Then you're on to stage 3, which this was arguably my least favorite fucking part of the game is stage 3 of Red Mountain. It's just not fun, man. I really just don't like it that much. There was just so much fucking wandering around, I feel like. Sure, I know speedrunners know the fucking exact route to take, and it takes them 1 second to do. But I don't know, man. Just the whole idea of having to run around on the carts where like the mine carts guys come out and fucking. I actually got squished in one of my playthroughs. It's just annoying. Just annoying, man. I feel like it's just a maze until the end. Like, oh, find the right spot, idiot. You'll never find the right place to go down. Dude, because there's so many fucking places to go in this map, I feel like. That's just how I feel. Probably doesn't, there's probably not that much to do, to be honest, and I'm making a big deal out of nothing, but if I'm rating this at the end, that's going to get a bad rating. Just because I hate this design, man, and I got to nitpick it. But yeah, that's it. That's really it for stage 3. I mean, I'm not going to go into too much depth about each stage, right? Because I just don't, I'm sure you guys don't care, and I don't really care that much. Listening back to this in the future, I just want to know about how these maps made me feel, man. I just don't really care about the layout that much. And I know the mainline episodes are more scripted than the minisodes are. And they kind of have to be, right? Because I kind of have to talk about what's in the game. I don't know. I'm trying to be better, guys. Trying to be better. Bear with me. We'll move on to the boss of the lava world, and it's called, what is it called? It's like Hot Hands or Hot Head. Hot Head, that's right. Hot fucking head, man. So basically, Hot Head is just this giant mech that Orion pilots. He has a couple different attacks. He has 2 giant fists. He punches you with each of the fists. You have to move out of the way. He has laser eyes too. Gary Laser Eyes. Shout out if you get that reference. He has a spin attack where he puts both of his arms out like he's T-posing and then just kind of spins around. And you have to avoid the bombs. Dude, not the bombs, but his fists. And you have to destroy both of his fists with big arms. I don't know if you have to do this. I think maybe if you... there might be a way to kill him if you just farm his like center hitbox or whatever. But I killed both of his arms. And this boss actually took me a couple of times because his attacks are annoying. And granted, I think I'm just too impatient, but you kill both of his arms, and then you kill his face, and then he dies. Pretty easy there. One of the cooler design boss, actually. I really like the way this guy looks, and the boss stage is very tiny too, so it offers a pretty decent challenge, man. Especially coming back to it after all these years. It was not easy. As easy as I thought it would be. Maybe it's just because I'm dog shit and I'm impatient, but that's a story for another time. You beat this guy, Red Mountain. You know the story. You know how it goes. The chain comes undone. The chain breaks. And now there's only one world connected by the chain, man. And it is the White Glacier. I think that's what it's called, right? White Glacier? And it's the snow world. And I actually like this world a lot. This is probably my favorite of the worlds in general. Plus it has a killer soundtrack too, like every other map. I know. I just love the soundtrack in this game, dude. It's an instant just home run classic, dude. I really think, who's the developer? Hudson Soft, the one with the B. That B is so iconic, by the way. But just, man, I love this game so much. They really did a fucking awesome job with this game, and it gets overshadowed, man. This game needs to be talked about more. It needs to be talked about more, man. Come on. Where's the love for this game, dude? I don't know. I don't know, but basically we move on to White Glacier. And it's a fucking fun map. It's the ice world, it's the snow world. We all know all video games have elemental worlds, right? Or not elemental, but region-based worlds, most of them. So this one, it's the ice world, it's the snow world. This world actually has snowboarding enemies on it, which is pretty cool to see too. It looks like they're like recreationally trying to have a good time. You know, they're not really listening to their boss. They're just like, hell yeah, man, we're gonna snowboard and just make a good time of it, man. And I actually like this world too because there's avalanches you have to cause with your bombs to unlock areas to move around in, which is pretty cool. You also get to kill the house that the snowboarders come out of too to stop them from spawning, which is funny. But yeah, that's really it, man. You cause avalanches, you make your way to wherever you gotta go at the end here. Honestly, coming back to this, I cannot figure out where to go for the life of me, but you actually have to just... where the snowboarders come out of, there's like a fucking trail on the right that's like barely noticeable. And I thought there could have been some better gameplay clarity on where to go there. But whatever. It's an old-ass game. I'm not going to knock it too hard. Isn't this also the first time we see Bomberman in 3D? I'm pretty sure it is. If you don't know, these games are normally in 2D. And they play a lot. They don't normally play like this at all. It's normally just like a very rectangular level you go through, blow up objects and enemies in the way, and then just kind of go through. This one, there's actually kind of like an open world sense to it, right? But then you basically, you know, this is so shit, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck this is. I want these episodes to be better, man, and I'm really trying here. I'm really trying. You know, really trying. You see there's a crane you got to have access to, but there's no way to have access to it. So then you see, you basically see this house with a red button behind it, and you're like, oh, maybe I can step on that. And then you blow the house up, and you can step on the button now, and you step on the button. And guess what happens, guys? The crane lowers. The crane lowers, and you see the green arrow signifying that's the end of the map. And that's pretty simple. So you go up, and you just end the map, right? And then you're on to the mini boss of this stage. It's just the guy's name is like, it's Regulus. Like, what? Which is, can we just talk about that name for a second? Like, Regulus. What? Like, what is that? Like, that's so odd. You know, same gameplay boss mechanics as the other three. You really fucking easy this one, dude. He has a dash though. He has a dash and he kind of dashes fast at you, and you just, you know, don't get dashed on, and then you will live. It's pretty simple. You can knock him out of his dash too, and you get one of the little gold things for it. I never collected any of the gold things or cared about time or score too much. I'm sure there's high score guys that'll tell you that's the way to play the game, but it's not for me. I just wanted to get through it. So you kill Regulus, and then you move on to stage 3, man. Stage 3 of the Winter World. And look at you just chugging along, man. You're pretty much almost done with the game at this point, man. So stage 3 has a very unique gimmick. It's very different from the stage 1. Stage 3 takes place, all of it takes place on like a ice platform, and it has ice sliding mechanics where you don't want to be running too close to the edge, or you could slide off, you know? It's not instant stop, your character slides a little, and you basically just have to navigate through this ice fucking... what do you call it? It's not a cavern. It's not a cave. Just like ice platforms in the sky, man. It's like a weird skybox too. There's parts of it where the camera will actually shift underneath the ice, and you look at your character up through the ice, which is pretty unique. And then you have to slide down this huge ass slope to hit this button. You have to like make this MLG Pro slide up onto this other platform down from this giant slope, and then you basically stand on this button. The button lowers the fucking thing, or the crane, or whatever it is, the lift, the ice lift, And then you get on the lift, and then you head up to the boss, man. And this boss is actually kind of spooky. It's a giant fucking ice spider, dude. Not Ice Spice, an ice spider. And it's actually one of the easier bosses in the game, I won't lie. But its attacks are very cool, and it's menacing as fuck, I can't lie. All you really have to do is run under it, though. You run under it, blow up a big bomb, throw it, run away, detonate it under it. You do that 3 times, and while he tries to swipe at you, this character, or this boss, like, jumps around. It swipes at you with both of its little front bladed legs there. You break it, you do it 3 times, and its mask breaks, right? Like, it's wearing this little mask, and it breaks, and it actually looks a lot more menacing afterwards. And also the floor breaks, too, right? So you break the ice floor beneath you, and you break this thing's mask at the same time. You fall to this arena below, and it's like a spider web, right? A lot of holes in the ground, so you gotta be careful where you're going. Gotta always look at where you're going, but you also gotta get under this thing at the same time without it swiping at you and killing you. And then you just blow up a bomb one more time, throw it underneath it, detonate it, and you kill this guy. You kill the ice spider. You don't kill Ice Spice. Like, she's going to continue to make dog shit songs, but you do kill the ice spider, which is pretty neat. And then, guess what, guys? You finished the 4th fucking world. All 4 worlds are done. So you're like, oh, the game's over, right? The game is pretty much over. Last chain breaks, and then the force field around the Black Fortress breaks, and then you're done. No, you're not. Psych. You got to go through the Black Fortress. Black Fortress is the last part of the map, though. Or not part of the map, but last part of the game. It's the last world in the game. And it's the most annoying. I've gone to the Black Fortress when I was young. I'll just explain to you guys. Let me lay it down for you really quick, right? You go to the Black Fortress. And the Black Fortress back in the day, I beat the first map. The first stage, and I never ever got past that. That is where my gameplay ended when I was a child. But I'm excited to announce that I beat this game as a 29-year-old man. So I think I deserve some credit there. Deserve a little credit there. You know, this is definitely, like, if you think the rest of the game is easy, you would be right. Sorry, I'm still sick, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this shit. It's so annoying. I'm so done with being sick. It's been a couple of weeks now. It's not even like I'm sick. I just have sniffles and shit. It's fucking annoying. Humans were designed... Why were humans designed to get sick? If somebody can find me the answer to that, I would love you. But yeah, the Black Fortress is significantly harder than the base game. Way, way harder than the original maps. Way fucking harder, dude. I really hated this part of the game, to be honest. I really just wanted this part of the game to be over with. I died a lot on my playthrough, so I cut out a bunch so it would look cleaner, but I did die a lot. The first stage of this is so annoying, and that's going to be the theme of the Black Fortress, is that it's just very annoying, right? Super, super annoying. Stage 1, you're just playing Frogger, dude. And if you don't know what Frogger is, you're a frog that crosses highways and you have to not die to cars. It's basically the same thing. For some reason, on stage 1, there's cars and buses on this fucking giant fortress. And you're crossing highways, right? You have to cross highways. It's actually kind of a really cool concept, but it's annoying because I kept getting run over and it was fucking irritating the shit out of me. I was getting so close to just turning this shit off forever. It's honestly not that hard. I'm just very impatient, man. I'm so impatient. But basically, it's like kind of like a maze. You kind of go to the sides. There's platforms that go above, and there's enemies. I just ran past everyone because taking the time to fight everyone is so annoying on this map specifically. So you basically just have to go to the sides, go up the platforms, drop on below, or drop from top, land below, and then go left or right. Find the right way to go. There's a certain path. I'm not going to sit here and explain the right pathing because nobody gives a fuck. But you find the right pathing, and you just keep going through, man. You have to keep going through, keep avoiding cars, keep avoiding missiles, keep avoiding guns from your standard enemies, and just keep going till the end, man. You basically just keep playing Frogger till the end here. It's so annoying getting run over, bro. But that's not all this map is, right? Once you finally get to the end, you have to fight this little fucking guard thing. There's like 3 little guys in this like little fortress fucking thing that shoots missiles. It's like this giant cannon that shoots missiles. Thankfully, if you go up the little steps, you can get to a bunch of boxes and lights, which you can break for bigger bombs. You also get red bombs here and detonating bombs. Red bombs, I think, are just very... I don't know exactly what all the power-ups do, but I'm pretty sure red bombs are just stronger than normal bombs. So it takes two full-blown red bombs, and then this thing gets taken out pretty easily, actually. I died a lot here, though. I won't even lie to you. I've gotten here and died so many times. I even fell off the map at one point, too, like a fucking moron. But yeah, you kill this guy, and then you're on to the mini boss, even though it's like a full-fledged fucking boss of this map. This boss is honestly harder than the final boss was to me. I struggled so fucking hard with the harvester or whatever this thing is called. This thing is so annoying. So stage 2 is like the first boss, obviously, that follows the formula with the rest of the maps. So yeah, stage 2 is the high-tech harvester that it's called. It's basically this giant, it's like this little fucking ship. It stays on the ground though. It scoots around, it shoots homing missiles at you, it shoots a laser out in front of it. It shoots out like this dimming little thing, this like dimming little, I don't know what to call it even. It's like this source of light, and if you run into it, you'll die. And it just moves around a lot. And my biggest problem with this thing was blowing up bombs to try to throw at it. I found a lot more success, actually the first time I tried it. If you just kick mini bombs towards this thing at all times, you will get a lot more damage over time than just trying to keep blowing up a bomb and then just throwing it. Also, to defeat the homing missiles, you want to keep leaving regular bombs behind you that they run into, because the homing missiles are the worst part of this, dude. It's so hard to navigate around sometimes. But basically, once you kick enough small bombs at him, he dies, and then it's over. You're on to stage 3, which I know I said that one part of Red Mountain was my worst stage, or my least favorite stage, but I think this stage is tied for, or might be slightly worse, man. Stage 3 of the Black Forest is so long. It's so annoying, too. So long and annoying. And game overing on this part feels awful because you have to progress so fucking far through this map. And it's just annoying, man. I really did not enjoy this part of the game. And keep in mind that this is my first time experiencing this part of the game as an adult, and it was still very annoying. I fought the high-tech harvester as a kid and never beat it. I beat it as an adult, and so this is where the two sides of me are connecting, right? This is where, you know, Ghost's little boy Jerry hands the baton to adult living male Jerry. I live on in spirit here. I was able to take the baton and carry the torch throughout my childhood wishes to beat this game. I carried the fucking torch all the way to the end here. So I'm just going to briefly explain stage 3. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. We'll breeze through it pretty quick here. There's these switches you have to stand on, and they open certain things or build certain platforms. There's multiple levels with elevators you have to take upwards. So this map is like a giant puzzle within itself. You really have to figure out the right path. I know there's a way you can bomb jump and get to different platforms or whatever to take different elevators, but I never did that. Had I not had an N64 controller, maybe I would have tried it, but it was just hard enough on this controller as it was, man. I did not want to make it harder for myself. But you keep going up. There's like this the floor turns red and green, signifying you have to stand on the green stuff, or else the alarm will trigger and close this door, and then you have to restart. It kind of baits you into going there, but you really don't ever have to go there, and it pisses me off. I know it's called trap. It's like a trap or whatever. I know it's like a trap map or whatever. But it was just annoying, man. It baits you into going there just to take you all the way back to the fucking start. So you basically just keep progressing upwards and keep flipping the switches, keep finding new areas to go to, keep exploring, keep going up, and then you have to break the boss door at the end to get through the level. And that pissed me off too, because I feel like I had to hit a switch to open the door, because you normally have to throughout the rest of the game, but you just have to break it with a big bomb, and I didn't know that, so I went all the way back down and just kept exploring. But in all reality, all you had to do was break the door. So you break the door, finish the level, and now you're on to the final boss, man. The final boss of the game. You're almost done, buddy. You're almost done. So you enter the final boss stage, you run onto this giant platform, and then the guy's little Roomba comes out. I don't know what this thing is. It's like a drone or something. It's like a mini drone ship thing. It has a laser that it shoots out. It breaks the bridge that you cross on. So now you're officially like, oh man, there's no escape now. There's no escape. I gotta just fight these guys and win, man. So then his drone kind of flies in and sits down. And then the guy, he comes down himself. And I can't remember what his name is. What's his name again? Oh yeah, it's Altair. You fight Altair, not the fucking guy from Assassin's Creed, but this robot guy. Are they robots or are they just guys in suits? I think maybe this guy's in a suit. But yeah, you fight Altair. Very standard boss fight, kind of like the oh, you know what I just realized? Actually, the Black Fortress kind of has it flipped, because in the rest of the game, on stage 2, you fight like the actual minions and the actual like villains, and then on stage 4, you fight like the gimmick of the boss world or whatever it is, right? But on this, you fight the high-tech harvester on level 2, and you fight the mini boss on stage 4. I just realized that was backwards, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, it's very standard level 2 boss fight, man. All you do is you run him around, you shoot bombs at him, and I think he takes 5 or 6 instead of the normal 3. But at the same time he's running around, he has a dash just like the last guy too. You have to avoid his little laser fucking drone thing too, so that's kind of annoying. But you think you kill him after the 5th one, but you don't. He actually merges with his little drone and he becomes Ultra Altair, or whatever you want to call it. Ultra Mega, or just Big Gay Guy. I don't know what he is, but he combines, and then he gets super buffed, right? He just gets cheat codes installed. So the things that are different in the gameplay is he sends out like this little purple X. It's like it's not a homing projectile. It's just a frontwards projectile they have to avoid. And also he can go invisible now. So anytime he wants, he can just phase out of the fight, and you're kind of just left there wondering, oh man, where's he going to come from and how's he going to attack? This guy looks very cool, right? Let me just talk about the arena and the music for a second. The arena is so cool, man. I really, really, really like the arena. I really love the backdrop. I love the fact that you're in like this giant mechanical fortress. It's fucking sweet, man. Then the music is like the cool boss fight music, but then it gets even slower and more intense in this final phase of the fight. And this was so cool, man. This was the first time seeing this. This would have made little Jerry like, what's the word? I would have been so thrilled to see this. This would have been such a cool fight to witness as a child. Still very cool though. Still very easy too, right? Like this didn't take me very long. You basically just throw more bombs at him, knock him out, and kill him, and then the game is over, man. You win. But you don't actually kill him. That's the thing. What's the ice guy flies down, Regulus. He flies down, and then right before he goes, he's like, you haven't seen the last of me. He doesn't actually say that. I forgot what he says, but he goes, you'll pay, or something like that, right? And then they fly off. And then that's it, man. You see the Black Fortress it kind of does the Pokemon thing where it's like Team Rocket blasting off again, except it doesn't get flown. It flies off on its own and then just kind of disappears. And then that's it, man. You saved Bomber World. For some reason, all the 4 stages stay though. Like all of the 4 main stages, they kind of just stay and float there. But Bomberman's there. Sirius drops him off. He drops him off. You're surrounded by animals to signify, oh, the world is safe to come back out now, right? It's very cool. Very cute little raccoon and mouse looking things. And I just love that so much, man. And Sirius is kind of a dick here at the end too, right? He goes, congratulations, man, you beat Altair. You didn't finish him off though, and to be honest, I'm a little disappointed in you. I'll probably never see you again. Take care of yourself. And you're like, oh, I just saved this planet and you're just going to be an asshole? He's an asshole to you because you don't kill him. Like, what is that shit? Isn't that like... isn't the concept of being a hero not to kill anybody, but to just neutralize them from committing further evil, right? Isn't like the whole thing? It's just very funny to me. I love that. He's like, yeah, I'm disappointed in you. It's like, okay, I just went through all that for you to be disappointed in me. Fuck you. And that's really it, man. It sets up the game for a sequel, which we do get. I never played, but I wanted to play Bomberman 64: The Second Attack. I don't know if I think it's a direct sequel. I'm going to play it one day, but dude, let me tell you, guys, it's like hundreds of dollars to get a cartridge for this game, like hundreds, and I'm not going to spend that. That's just insane for me. One of these days I might emulate it too, but I don't like emulating because it doesn't feel authentic, you know? I just like playing the game on the old console, man. I don't know what happens. Something surges through me where I just love that shit. I just love that shit, man. It's just nothing is better than playing the original thing. You know what I mean? Somebody knows what I mean. So then after Sirius gets done shitting on you, he takes off, and then that's it, man. Some nice, happy, cheery music plays, and then you basically get a recap of what you did throughout the game. You see like the Black Fortress come down with the initial chains, and for a second it threw me off. I was like, wait, what? I just did all that. And then as the credits roll and all the people, all of the Japanese names, I'm assuming they're all Japanese because they don't look very American. And I know this game was made by a Japanese developer, so it makes sense. But yeah, man, you just basically relive all of what you just played through the credits, and that's it, man. It's actually a pretty long credit sequence. Pretty cool though, and that's Bomberman 64, guys. That is Bomberman 64, all completed, all on my YouTube channel. You can see my playthrough of it. I died a lot at the end, so I edited it out. I won't lie to you guys, I did struggle at the end there. The Black Fortress is significantly harder than the rest of the game is. And I hope you can get something out of this episode. I know it feels more scripted. I feel like I talked way too much about like just the levels in general, even though I went over them quickly. I'm trying to get better here, guys. I'm trying to find my formula. I'm trying to find what works for me. And that's it, man. I just love Bomberman 64, and it was so nice to come back to decades later and finally finish it. Finally scratch it off the book there. Finally, I added this to my single-player games completion list of this year, as I do with every game that I've beat. And before that, it was Borderlands 1 back in March. So let me just look at it really quick. Or no, it was Borderlands, and then I beat Kirby Nightmare Dreamland. I forgot about that completely. Wow. So yeah, Bomberman 64 beaten on, I have the date here, April 3rd of 2024. And I'm talking about it 3 days later on April 6th. And man, it was quite the adventure. Do want to play the sequel eventually, but yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. We'll do an outro. I'll let you guys know what I'm playing, what my thoughts are, and what's next for the channel, okay? So I'm going to wrap it up here, take a sip of water, and we'll do the outro real quick, all right? Don't go anywhere. Don't fucking go anywhere. That was Bomberman 64. I hope you guys have as much fun listening as I do talking about it and playing it. Like I said, I know not going to plan on a lot of people hearing this at all. I'm just doing this for future me to go back to and listen to. Just because I think it'll be cool to hear in the future, man. It'll be cool. I know it sounds pretty shitty. I'm trying to get better here. I know I'm repetitive, but that's it, man. That's just the name of the game. I'm trying to improve, dude. I'm trying to improve. Been talking in front of this mic for an hour now at least. Doing multiple takes, just trying to be the best version of myself. I'm trying to not to be repetitive, trying not to say as much, but it's a fucking struggle, man. It's a struggle. If you don't do content creation and you try to do it, it's hard, man. It's honestly hard, but we're powering through. As far as, okay, let's talk about what's next, right? Let's talk about what's next, all right? Let's do it. So right now, I'll tell you guys what I'm going to play. I think I'm going to play South Park on the Nintendo 64 next, right? I have South Park I know it's probably not that great, but I needed a memory card or whatever it's called, the controller pack for it, so I bought one of those. Got the controller pack for it, so we're going to play through South Park eventually. I don't know if I'm going to do it right now because I'm still playing Overwatch. I'm still playing Halo Infinite, and that's really it as far as single-player stuff goes. Probably going to play through Limbo, Inside, and the third one at some point, Somerville. But for now, we're just chilling, man. Just chilling. We're still doing the zombies minisodes to catch up. Still planning on doing the zombie ones. I'm probably gonna record one after this. Maybe not today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. So yeah, that's all we're playing, man. We're just playing the classics that we normally play. We're probably gonna play through South Park. I do want to play through something on Game Boy again. Maybe I did buy. I don't know if you guys know what the GB operator is, but I just found out about it. You can basically plug your cartridges into your PC and play on your computer, which is going to be cool. It's going to be nice because I can capture the gameplay a lot easier on my PC than having to set up something to capture it off my Game Boy. I don't even know if that's possible or if it's been invented yet. But that's what we're going to do next, man. That's the yapping pod that we do here, man. That's the one we all... If you're listening, well, you're probably not, but if you're listening, that's why you click on this video, man, because you love me. You love me, man, and I love it. God, I'm so fucking stupid. But yeah, man, I don't really know what else to say here, guys. I don't know if I'm really in the mood right now to talk much shit about anything. I woke up late today. And I'm still getting over this fucking whatever this I've had for weeks. And god damn, it's annoying, dude. I really just want to be back to normal. You know, still working out, still doing my thing over here, trying to get better. But dude, I really just feel like my immune system is effed ever since the fucking vaccine. Ah, God, I wish I never took it, but whatever. That's a different topic for a different video. Probably won't get into it that much or at all on this channel. Why the fuck would I talk about it on this channel? This is a gaming channel. I'm just trying to do me here. Trying to do me like Drake, you know. And I just hope you can get something out of this, man. I love Bomberman 64. And these mainline episodes, my thoughts are all over the place here, but these mainline episodes, I want these to be the bread and the butter of the channel, you know. The minisodes I feel are way better quality because I get to drone out about stuff that I already know, you know what I mean? And I'm still trying to just understand the formula that I have to do for this. On this video, I'll just talk about what I did. On this video, I basically watched all of my gameplay playthrough as I talked about it. And I don't know if it kind of made things harder because I had to keep pausing. That's why you hear a lot of pauses throughout this podcast. I had to keep pausing and gather my thoughts. So I don't think I'll be doing that in the future. I did take notes on my notepad, but I did not read them at all. Just because there's a lot of them, and I thought I would try the gameplay thing first, but I don't think that really works for me. I think I need to go back to notes, read a couple of notes of what's going on, and then just kind of develop thoughts on that. I don't think this was the right way to go. But yeah, that's a learning point for me, man. That's a learning point for me. So I can know to not do that in the future. But I do have, like I said earlier, I've got an Elgato capture card now. So the gameplay videos I'm going to upload are going to be way higher quality than they normally are. I might start playing through Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U too. I don't know how that's going to work though, because the Wii U have two screens, the gamepad screen and then a normal screen. Hopefully the gamepad screen is just like a map or something you don't really need to look at, because I'm going to be capturing, obviously. I don't even know if you can capture the Wii U gameplay screen. But whatever, that's a different story there. I might just play through something really fast and easy to talk about here, but I'm still trying to catch up with the zombies maps. I forgot to do, I think the next one on the list is Ascension. Gonna get that done this weekend, and we'll see, man. Maybe I'll come up with a Halo Infinite wish list, maybe like an Overwatch wish list, maybe something else in the meantime. But that's really it, guys. That's my outro. Oh, I almost forgot to do the rating. Let me rate Bomberman out of 10 here. Bomberman 64 out of 10. I'm going to go, this might be a little generous, but I'm going to go 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. Nostalgic rating, I would probably give it a 9. I don't know what a 4-year-old kid would rate a game out of 10. But I just love the atmosphere, man. I love the charm to this game. This game has such a fucking funny charm. Like, just, I know it sounds kind of gay and faggy if I say cute, but Bomberman in this game is just super cute, man. He's so cute. I love him so much. His little victory dance is so funny. I love when he beats a level and he does the spin. I love when his eyes go in like the upside down U's to represent he's happy. He's just such a lovable character, man. And I don't know how he has millions of games. So not millions, but he has a lot of games. So I know the character is loved, right? Because they keep making the game. But I don't know, man. I have not tried I should try the modern Bombermans. And I know there was like a whole reimagined Bomberman on the Xbox 360 where it was like really industrial looking. So I do want to try that out eventually too. But I know most of the Bomberman games aren't like this game, and that's why I haven't tried them, man. Is they don't follow the same formula, and I love the open world formula, the 3D formula of Bomberman. I think it just works really well. But that's all I'll really say. I might play the later ones eventually. Maybe I'll break out the Xbox 360. Does the Xbox One play 360 games? I don't remember. I have an Xbox One S, and I would love to play 360 games on it. I just can't remember off the top of my head if it's backwards compatible or not. But anyways, I'm yapping about too much other stuff that's not Bomberman 64. I know I'm going to listen back to this episode. I know I'm going to find a lot wrong with it. But I'm improving, guys. I'm really improving. It's going to take me a while because this whole content creation thing is brand new to me. This whole voiceover thing is brand new to me. I'm really trying here. I think we can really make something that a lot of people will come to love. Because I'm not afraid to say words that other people won't. And I know maybe I won't get me monetized or whatever, but I think there's a market for people that just don't fucking care about stupid words, They're just words at the end of the day. If you have a problem with what I say, then you don't have to listen to it, man. Like, it's just fucking words at the end of the day. Stop being a little bitch. Just deal with it. Stop being a little pussy. Just deal with it. But yeah, man. That's what's next for the channel. Look for more mini-sodes. Probably won't do another mainline sode just yet. Maybe I'll play. I should play through Limbo. I'm actually going to say that now. I'm going to play through Limbo this week just to hold myself accountable if I don't. I might even not, dude, but I'm still going to play through Limbo. I'm going to capture it because that game is very short. It should take like an hour or two to get done, and then I could just whip up a quick episode on it because there's really not much that goes into those games, but they're so lovable, man. So lovable. So yeah, that's it. That's it, man. Jerry signing off here. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to listen back to it. I know I'm going to dislike a lot of it. I know this is going to be one of the weaker ones. I'm still going to put it out, though, to see what I can learn from it, though, all right? Is that acceptable for you guys? All right. Signing off. Goodbye, guys. Take care. Dude, my goodbyes are so bad. I need to just get on with it. Fuck off. All right. See you guys. Take care.